call to order the regular council meeting of March 14th, 2011 at 7:30 p.m. Mr. Spagano, please call the roll.
Allen.
Here.
Dixon. Here. Givens.
Here.
Hannon.
Present.
Harrison.
Present.
McLean.
Here.
Mowry. O'Brien.
Present.
Pape.
Here.
8 present.
We have 8 members present. At this time, if we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under chair announcements, we have had an executive session of council. It was conducted on February 28th, 2011 to discuss real estate issues. And tonight, March 14th, before we came out, discuss police matters. At this time, if we can have the reports of the officials and the librarian's report.
There's no, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I thought there was not going to be a librarian here tonight. I'm talking to Christine, but I'm incorrect. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. My name is Jackie Williams, and I'm here tonight because Christina could not be here. We would like to remind everyone that the tax forms are available in the library, and also the AARP free tax aid. Am I doing something wrong? That's okay.
Hold it a little bit farther.
The AARP free tax aid is still available on Tuesdays from 10 to 2 p.m. It's a first-come, first-served basis. Our upcoming programs, Saturday, March 19th, is a workshop on using art therapy with children and teens presented by a Seton Hill professor. Tuesday, March 22nd, we will have staff from Senator Pippy's office who will be at the library to assist with the completion of the PA 1000 form for property tax and rent rebate.
That's good.
Also, our gala this year theme is Night for Races, and that will be held Friday, May 6th from 7 to 10 p.m. There will be a silent and a Chinese auction. There will also be live race calling. The tickets are $25, and you will receive mint juleps, beer, wine, sweet tea, traditional Kentucky Derby finger foods. You'll get to name a horse, and you'll have entrance to the book sale preview, which will be held here in council chambers. This event is for those 21 years or older. Tickets are available at the front desk in the library and also on our website. For more information of the gala or any of the library programs, please visit www.bethelparklibrary.org. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Any questions from council? Thank you. Hearing none, we can turn to the police chief's report and Chief Mackey.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Good evening, everyone. I have a few announcements tonight. First of all, the Bethel Park Police Pals Pittsburgh Steelers basketball game will be held on Friday, April 29th at 8 p.m. There will be pregame activities at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are $7 in advance and $9 at the door. The proceeds benefit the Bethel Park Police Pals and the Sergeant Charles Bonzak Scholarship Fund. The scholarship fund was designed to assist a Bethel Park High School student who is interested in a career in law enforcement. As such, they usually sign up for our LEAP program, and if they decide to go on to college and study a career in law enforcement, we offer scholarships for those students. So it's really a worthy cause. We hope you'll come out and enjoy the fun night. It's always a good time when the Steelers come to town. This is the time of year we like to remind our residents about their house numbers. We want to make sure that everybody's house is clearly marked with their address. This is extremely important if you have to call the police, the fire, or the paramedics. Without going over the whole ordinance, what we do is we recommend that you have at a minimum 4-inch numbers on the front of your house that are clearly visible. If your house is far from the main roadway, we ask you about 75 feet from the road if you would post a sign with your address. It's extremely important, and it assists the first responders in getting there quickly. If you have any questions about the ordinance, you can always contact us at the police department. The crime prevention officer, Tom Rigatti, asked me to pass on some information for any resident who owns a business in Bethel Park or works in Bethel Park. We are constantly updating our emergency contact list. And for the same reason we bring up the house numbers, in an emergency, we need a good phone number for you. So, and it's easy to do now. You can go onto the Bethel Park website, www.bethelpark.net. You can click on the police tab, and there's a link where you can go on and update your emergency contact information. We encourage you to do so. Last year, the police department participated in a program sponsored by the Drug Enforcement Administration. It was called the National Take Back Initiative. We are going to participate once again this year, and it'll be on Saturday, April 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the community center. And what this is, if you have unwanted prescription drugs or over-the-counter medications in your home that expired, that you no longer need, but you want to safely dispose of them, all you have to do is show up at the community center. We'll have a box there, and you can drop your pills in there. And I would like to emphasize that it is for pills only, no liquids. We took in several pounds of unwanted medications from people, and it's much safer to dispose of them this way rather than flush them down the toilet or wash them down the drain, obviously, for safety and environmental reasons. So please, once again, on Saturday, April 30th, at the community center, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., drop off your unwanted medications. Just to let you know, our police academy and LEAP programs are about to end this year. They only have a couple weeks left. We're already accepting applications for next year and actually have about a dozen people signed up. So if you have any interest in either program, I would recommend that you register early. And one final reminder, the emergency number for the Bethel Park Police, 412-833-2000. You can call 911. Your call will be answered, but it's through the county 911 system. They then take that information and ring it down to our dispatchers downstairs. If you call 833-2000, it might take you an extra second or two to punch in 10 numbers instead of 3, but your call gets answered quicker. So we encourage everyone, write that phone number down next to your phone. In an emergency for police, fire, EMS, 412-833-2000. Thank you. And Mr. President, that's my report.
Thank you, Chief. Anything for the Chief? Hearing none, if we can turn to the Fire Chief's report, and I don't see anyone from the Fire Chiefs. So let's turn to the Mayor's report, to Mayor Morton.
There's information from the fire company there on the table if anyone wants them.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today we just have a couple of items, and we'll begin with our usual, which is our recognition of our 90-plus folks who have reached that age, and we wish them all a happy birthday for the month of March. We have Robert Johnson, who was born in 1921. He is 90 this year. And Antoinette Sefcik, born the same year, also 90 years old. Margaret Musel, born in 1920. She is 91. And we have then two, I believe, born in no, we just have one. Lily Nutter is 92 years old, born in 1919. And two in who will be 93 this month. We wish them both a happy birthday, our own Steve Orsini and Christina Palumbo. Both of them will be 93 this month. And finally, John Campbell. Now, this is not to be confused with Kurt Campbell, who is also on our list, but Kurt is 102 years old, I believe, this year, and John is going to be 96. So we wish all these folks a happy birthday. We look forward to seeing them in October when we have our luncheon. We have 2 Boy Scouts with us tonight who are here to observe what's going on and work on their communication merit badge. Welcome, fellows. If you have any questions afterwards, some of us will be around, so just don't be shy. And also, just as a curiosity, there was discussion in the back room about why the flag was at half-mast, and it is because the last World War I veteran died and will be buried tomorrow, and the President has asked that the flags be flown at half-mast in his honor. He died at 110 years old, so he had a long, nice life. Tonight we have with us Christine Normile. Christine is the young lady who put together the book about Bethel Park, which you can get various places around town if you're interested in that. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about maybe the book and maybe about the 125th anniversary celebrations, because she's also our chairman for that. So at this time I'd like to have Kristen come up. Welcome, Kristen.
Thank you, Mayor Morton.
You may speak.
Well, as Mayor Morton said, I am the chair for the 125th anniversary of Bethel Park, which is this year, all of 2011. And what we want to do is invite the community to get involved as much as they can. We'll be having different events and activities throughout the year. We are meeting every first Tuesday of the month at the community center, so people who would like to be involved in some of the events and activities or help organize some of the events and activities, we welcome you to come up there and join in all the fun. Some of the things that we have planned are a time capsule dedication. There'll be living history tours through the historic Bethel Cemetery. We're looking at a black and orange ball, heightened community day activities, cupcake wars, bake-off, cupcake eating contests, concerts for adults and kids, a business gala, library lectures on history of Bethel Park, and much more. So we also have a Bethel High School student who designed our logo, and we congratulate Diana Del Rosso, who created the winning concept, and you'll see those on banners flying around Bethel Park pretty soon. Like I said, if you would like to help out, our next meeting is April 5th at 7 o'clock at the community center. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Kristen.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Sir.
can I say I think the job you did on the book was tremendous
Thank you
and
very
represents
much.
Bethel Park very well, and we appreciate all your hard work that went into it, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was truly a labor of love. We had a lot of residents who gave their time and their stories and their pictures, and it was such a worthwhile project. Loved it very much.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
book.
Thank you.
Mayor, I know Christopher working on the community foundation, and I have not seen the book yet, but I was around and listening to when you put this all together, and the time and the energy and the focus that you put into this book. You went beyond, and you did Bethel Park really well, because it really takes a person to focus in the way that you did, and to listen and to understand. And even though you're not originally from Bethel Park, to do this, and I hear people are raving about the book, so I can't wait to look at it. So
Well,
thank you, Kristen.
My family
Thank you very
has
much.
been long. Thank you so much. I've been around since the 1950s, and although I'm a Keystone Oaks graduate, I have a Bethel Park heart. So. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you very much.
All done? Thank you, Mayor. I just want to mention that even though the fire department isn't here tonight, the fire report is on the table over there if anybody wanted to get a copy of it. At this time, if we can turn to the approval of the minutes, and Mr. Hannan.
The first one is I move we approve the regular council meeting minutes of February 14th, 2011.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the regular council meeting minutes of February 14th, 2011. Any discussion on this item? Mr. Spagno, please call the roll.
Dixon? Yes. Givens?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. Mr. Hannan.
It's the minutes of the public hearing of February 28th. I move that we approve the minutes of the public hearing of February 28th, 2011 for the proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance, traffic impact studies, handicap parking space requirements, and parking lot pole base height.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the public hearing of February 28th, 2011 for proposed amendment to zoning ordinance, traffic impact studies, handicap parking space requirements, and parking lot pole base height. Do you have any comments on this item? Mr. Spagno, please call the roll.
Givens?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. If we can turn to bills and payrolls, and Mr. Hannan.
I move that we approve the bills and payrolls of the municipality per bill list number 031411 in the amount of $1,480,915.73.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 031411 in the amount of $1,480,915.73. Any discussion on this item? Mr. Spagno, please call the roll.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Givens?
Yes.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. At this time, if we can turn to residents' comments for non-agenda items only. If anyone has any comments, please hold them to 3 minutes. We'll let you know after 2 minutes if you can conclude your comments. Seeing none, if not, we can turn to general policy and finance, and Mr. Hannan.
Mr. Allen, we have no items under general policy and finance this evening.
No one signed up. No one signed up.
I thought I may just mention for the benefits of scouts that although there's not much on it, there's copies of the agenda up here on the table. Oh, you got them. Very good. Thank you very much.
No other comments on general policy and finance? If we can turn to planning and zoning, and Mr. Dixon, and there's no one signed up for planning and zoning.
We have one item on the agenda for planning and zoning this evening. I move that we approve an amendment to the zoning ordinance modifying traffic impact provisions, handicap parking space requirements, and parking lot pole base height.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve an amendment to the zoning ordinance modifying traffic impact provisions, handicap parking space requirements, and parking lot pole base height. Any discussion on this item?
Mr. Allen,
Mr. Dixon.
if I may, and let me apologize to Jerry right up front here for not giving you a heads up, Jerry, but could you elaborate on this a little bit to let the residents know what this is?
We'll see how it goes. The provision that's in front of you for tonight is dealing with 3 measures. I'll try here. The first one is about traffic impact requirements. PennDOT since changed their requirements, and our requirements were not in coordination. This is now changing our requirements to be the same. The second thing is to handicap parking stall sizes to match up to the building code and ADA requirements. And then the third thing is for light pole base heights. There was no requirements before, now it's set at 4 feet.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that.
Any other discussion on this item? Mr. Spagno, please call the roll.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Givens?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. Mr. Dixon.
Mr. Allen, that's all we have under planning and zoning this evening.
Okay, any other items under planning and zoning? Hearing none, if we can turn to health, safety, and welfare, and Mr. Pate.
Under Health, Safety, and Welfare, Mr. President, we have no items.
Thank you, Mr. Pate. Any other discussion, health, safety, and welfare? Hearing none, if we can turn to Public Works and Maintenance, and we have no one signed up under that.
Mr. Allen?
Mr. O'Brien.
Mr. Allen, we have one item. I move that we award the 2011 road program contract to Shields Asphalt Paving in the amount of $879,900 in accordance with the municipal engineer's correspondence dated February 22nd, 2011.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to award the 2011 road program contract to Shields Asphalt Paving in the amount of $879,900 in accordance with the municipal engineer's correspondence dated February 22nd, 2011. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none, Mr. Spagno, please call the roll.
McLean?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Gibbons?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. Mr. O'Brien.
Mr. Chairman, I don't have any other items on the agenda, but I have some additional items.
Mr. O'Brien.
First of all, we know that in May, Memorial Day is coming, and we have a great announcement to make that through the efforts of our Assistant Manager, Judy Miller, we have a Army Brigadier General Thomas E. Ayers. He's the Assistant Judge Advocate General for Military Law and Operations. He's a Bethel Park graduate. He now resides in Virginia, and his parents still live here in Bethel Park, and he's going to be our guest at the Veterans Memorial in the morning at the morning service, and also at the cemetery for a guest speaker also in the later morning ceremony. So we're excited. This will be the third general that we have had that have been from Bethel Park and has been part of our services on Memorial Day. We're excited. So I hope everyone comes out and wishes him well. I have another note. Some time ago, we were here and I announced that we found a Jeffrey Michael Walsh, a Vietnam veteran who was killed in Vietnam, and we're going to recognize him on Memorial Day. Through the efforts of that exercise and putting the word on the streets, Diane Clutch, which is the wife of our past chief, Joseph Clutch, approached me about a possible another young man that was lost in Vietnam. And with the help of our assistant manager, his name was Leo John Kelly. Now, according to our records, according to hearsay, he was from Brookside Farms. And because the zip code from Brookside Farms back then read Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and had a Upper St. Clair attachment to it, he does not register on the wall in Washington, D.C. as a Bethel Park resident. We have suspicion to believe that he is a Bethel Park resident. And I'll just read a little bit about this young man. Once again, his name was Leo John Kelly. And during the first half of May 1967, the 3rd Battalion, 4th Marines was on Okinawa for reimbursement. They returned to Vietnam on the 16th and immediately were committed to Operation Hickory. Hickory is conducted in the southern part of the DMZ and was intended to clean out the NVA's infrastructure in that area. On May 19th, while operations just south of the DMZ, he was hit by 82 millimeter mortar rounds, killing 4 men. And along with John Kelly was Sergeant James Atkins, John Hollingsworth, and Thomas Ronald Tuswich of Ohio. So if anyone who was in Bethel Park at that time, 1967 on May, has any information about this young man, we would like to get this information correct. We'd like to have him put on Memorial Day and to be with our other lost Jeffrey Michael Walsh. So anyone can contact me at home at 412-831-0774 or our municipal manager, assistant manager Judy Miller at 831-6800 extension 201. And that would just help us, give us a little bit more, and if we know of any of his relatives, and we'd like to, I think he's a second lieutenant also. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think we would really, really like to give this young man the proper recognition that's deserved. And one other thing, Mr. Chairman, one of our municipal family, Sharon Zimmerman, really needs our help. She's been so good to us over these years. She's been wonderful to me, wonderful to the Veterans Memorial, never ever asked for anything, always willing to give a hand. And she's going through some difficult times, and I'm going to ask people out in Bethel Park to pray for Sharon for her recovery, because she's just such a wonderful person to all of us, a wonderful person in this municipality, and she's just a fine public servant. So that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Any other comments?
Move we adjourn?
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night.